You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
Yeah, man. What's good, everybody? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all tap on there, man. Press one if y'all can hear me in the building. Salute to everybody that subscribe to that podcast show, man. Link will be pinned at the top of the comments, man. Much love and respect to everybody that's gonna tap into this video. Um, and I'm gonna say this, man. This situation has went too far, entirely too far, because now it's gone to a whole different situation, and this is very bad. One of the worst things I've heard that I've had to read in a long time. Now, for you guys who don't know, NBA legend, superstar Russell Westbrook is currently playing with the Sacramento Kings. Him and his wife. Uh, it's some demonic people in this world, and what they did to Russell Westbrook and his wife. So Russell Westbrook's wife has just went in full panic mode as some somebody somebody has sent her an anonymous message of wishing death upon her and her husband. Now, this came in response to Russell Westbrook having a 5 point game against the Orlando Magic. And Russell Westbrook's wife, who the wife who married him in 2015, and they have been great ever since we've seen the marriage. To have this happen, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what they did on the screen right now. It's sad that this man had to deal with this shit in his family. But I want to show you guys what they were sent. They were sent this message right here. And it says, and I quote, F you, titled, Your piece of bleeping ish husband bleeps. Too bleeping bad. Can't even get 10 points. It's pathetic. I hope you both DIE in a car crash. Dumb BIT bleep. Sent from my iPhone. And so you have the NBA under investigation because of the sports gambling and stuff, and people, being accused of point shaving and things like this, and all these other things going on. As you guys see below at the black part, it says the negative effects of sports betting brings out the worst in people. Shaking my head. To have this man's wife sent this to me is one of the most dishonorable, disgusting, disgraceful things I've ever seen in all of professional sports. And I hope that they do a thorough investigation and find out whoever is behind this. And I hope this person gets a long sentence in prison, because you cannot, in my opinion, cross this type of line and do these type of things over basketball, over sports. You know, you, this is the same family that's had to deal with hazing. The wife couldn't go to Lakers games with the kids because they were hazing her and the kids at the game. They were hazing her and the kids at the game. It was absolutely disgusting what we saw. For her and the kids to get hazed at the game like that, that's just absolute sad. For people to disrespect their kids, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Disrespect the kids, bro. And this shit is out of pocket. I'm telling you something right now, man. And I feel all my blood is boiling because I've seen how many times the dude dealt with racism. People calling the man the N-word. He was at one game, maybe two well remembers. I don't remember what game it was. I don't know if it was at Philly or what, a few years ago, and a fan stood up and double flicked him off, hit him with a Stone Cold Steve Austin, double flicked him off, and said something crazy. I'm talking about, bro, some of the most vile shit you've ever seen, right? And I'm talking about taking it to a level where, bro, somebody can really fuck around and get hurt behind this stuff, man. Because you're asking the players to be calm and to deal with all of this. But then when you got their wife, family involved, that's something different. I think it was Philly, because I remember it was a Philly fan. I remember because he was standing underneath the basket. I don't know if you remember too, Raw. and he stood up, and Russ went over there, and he double flicked him off, and he said something. It was a fat guy. I remember it was a fat white guy that was sitting right over there behind. It was behind the basket, if I'm not mistaken. Then he had another incident where another fan was sitting behind the bench at a different game. I forget. I think it might have been Boston. I can't remember. That was the game too. It was another game where they were using the N word, calling this man racist names. And then the people coming in calling the man Westbrook and all this other stuff. Just I just don't understand why some people play these games like this, because the NBA need to understand these players got feelings. They got emotions too, and so does a wife. See, I'm gonna tell you something. As a player, you deal with a whole lot of shit. Fans talk shit, whatever. That's cool, all right, whatever. You bring a man's wife into it, you bring his kids into it, nigga, that shit off limits. That's off limits right there, bro. And you're asking Russ and these guys, yo, calm down, chill out, just that and the third. Nah, man. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no way, dog. You bring a man's wife and a man's family in this, and now his wife and family have to deal with this. They're not even on the court playing. But his wife and family have to deal with this type of shit, bro. What is this, man? What is this, man? What type of people? And then you wrote this from an iPhone. You put this from an iPhone, bro. So this could be traced. You want people to know who you are. What a scumbag, man. Just say do something. All these players that's out here that's coming up short and that's dealing with this type of stuff, but we don't hear about it. But with Russ, they make sure this shit is magnified, bro. When they do it, they make sure they put extra hate in it. And I just don't understand why the NBA and the authorities haven't got more serious about this stuff. I'm telling y'all something, man. Fucking with a person's family should be a crime. I'm telling y'all this right now, because as soon as the player crashes out and he stands on business, they're going to punish the player. They're going to punish the player. Right? And I just think that, man, the rules is fucked up because, yeah, it's a certain part where you get from trash talking as fans to where now you get personal. You're bringing up the man and his wife into the situation, bro. And you wishing death on these people. And like I said before, man, it's just something not to play with, man. I don't respect that shit, bro. I think the NBA, I think the authorities, I think the FBI needs to get involved with this, find out who was doing this shit and who did this in particular. And I think that they need to go ahead and bring charges against them. This should be terroristic type threats. To me, these should be terroristic, the same as terroristic threats. I believe that this should go right into that line, right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect any of this other stuff that we see going on, man. And I'm gonna say this too: all the players in the league, for the longest time, you haven't seen these guys stand up and speak up for each other about this. It's about time they start standing up and speaking up for each other about this, because it's only a certain amount of time till it happens to you. And I'm gonna tell you something: they don't show unity, it's always gonna look like that people don't care. And I think that now it's time to show unity in this situation, and it's time to really get it, to a situation where we're gonna really get some furniture moving around this month. So I hope and pray that Russell Westbrook and his family, I hope and pray that they get to this. And I hope and pray that they get on these people's helmet, man, because this shit ain't right, man. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and this shit ain't right, bro. Under no way circumstances is this shit right or will ever be right. So I hope you guys all understand what I'm saying, man. I appreciate all of you guys for tapping on in. And shit fucked up, man. You gonna tell a man you wish him and his wife passed away in a car accident, man? What type of time is you on, bro? And then, like I said, his kids be at the games, and they be disrespecting this man's wife and kids. His wife was complaining about it. And this is another thing, like that punk ass Skip Bayless. His wife came out and was talking about how the fans were badgering her and the kids. How is you going at the wife and the kids during the game? And then Skip was sitting up there talking like, oh, well, you got to deal with it. It's just a part of the man. Shut up, dog. Don't nobody got to deal with that shit. Don't nobody have to deal with verbal assault. Nobody has to deal with that shit. Your family don't got to deal with that shit. As a basketball player, they take a lot. Fans don't say a lot. It is what it is. But when you start playing with people's family and stuff like that, and then, it's a story that came out that a dude approached one of these players. He approached one of these NBA basketball players about his stats. I forget whose name it was. It was Devin Booker. He approached Devin Booker about his stats. Like, yo, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying, in the streets. Like, he approached that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was him or one of these other guys. I forget. I think it was Devin Booker. But they approached him in the streets about his stats. This gambling shit is because he didn't get his line or something. He didn't win his money because the guy didn't get the stats. But Jimmy Butler it was. My bad, it was Jimmy Butler. You're right, Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy was about to go back and forth with him. It was Jimmy Butler. My bad. Jimmy was about to go back and forth with him. And I don't even think Jimmy should have even did that because you never know. Like, Jimmy was standing in the street. If this dude pulls out a piece, Jimmy ain't got no. He didn't have no security with him. Jimmy's out of here. If you escalate that like that, that's out of there. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all about this shit. They keep playing with these dudes' families, bro. These dudes, I don't give them dudes no blame if they stand on business for their family, bro. Any man is gonna protect their family, bro. Stop playing with these dudes' families, man. You send that man's wife that, and y'all playing with these people's families at these games and stuff like that, man. That should have always been off limits. The family and the kids, man. The wife and the kids. That should have never been a situation where they can't go to a game without people crossing the line with them, bro. That shit's sad, man. And then to make it as bad as it was, you guys, that situation that happened with Russell's wife and the kids was at a home game with the Lakers. That's why he despised them to this day. You guys, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I saw this story. It made me so mad when I saw this, bro. I swear to God, it made me so mad, bro. Because you don't do that shit, bro. You don't play with nobody's wife, nobody's kids, bro. You don't do that, man. You don't do that, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Somebody's gonna do this shit one day at a game, and one of these players is gonna go off, and it's gonna go left, and it's gonna be another Malice in the Palace type of situation. It's not gonna end well. I'm telling y'all this. It's not gonna end well, bro. And then everybody's gonna want to blame the player and say, "Oh, the player ain't got self-control." No, you guys need to start holding these fans accountable for the shit they doing, man. Because that shit is unacceptable. And again, that shit should be a hate crime. That right there should be a terroristic threat and a hate crime, and this dude should be facing multiple years in prison for that. They need to set an example out of these clowns, man. They need to do it, bro. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. One of these fans gonna end up crossing the line because they got them betting all this money on these games, and so if the players aren't doing what they think they should be doing, or this, that, or the third, bro, it brings out more emotion as far as that's concerned. Because some of these people are putting life savings up. Y'all don't understand that. Some of these people putting their paychecks up. They got it so easy for these people to gamble now. You can go on the app, put your whole paycheck up. So let's say somebody bet on Russ to get 10 points that night, and Russ got 9, and they lost their savings. They're gonna be disgusted. So I think that it needs to be more laws that are in this. And this is one last question that I have to ask. How did they get her email? That's even more disturbing. See, that's the part ain't nobody gonna tell y'all about. How did they get this man's wife's email? That should let y'all know, bro, how dangerous this shit is. How did they get Russell Westbrook's wife's email? How? That means them people were studying you because no NBA player's wife put her email out there like that. So how did they get that email? Unless this shit, see, and that should let y'all know how real that shit is. That they got this man's wife's personal email. Now come on now. Come on now. Shit out of pocket, man. Shout out to my sister Elaine. I appreciate you came through with a $300 donation last night. Appreciate you for that, man. Much love to you, my sister. I bless you. I appreciate that. And everybody else that support the channel, y'all already know what it is, man. Shit crazy, but y'all let me know what y'all think, man.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all click those links below. Subscribe to the podcast show. You can donate support to the channel, Cash App, PayPal, or buy that weight loss formula. All the links are below. Peace.